Alright, so it's a little late this week. I've not been able to put in your other lessons, the 9.5. Okay, so I had a question on 11 and 12. I'm not going to do 11 and 12, but I am going to show you how to do 9 and 10, or kind of walk you through those. The whole purpose of these last 4, 9, 10, 11, and 12 is first, you have to do A. Once you're done with A, you're going to have a whole new set of coordinates, and then you're going to proceed and do B to those coordinates, and that's going to be your final. So if we look at 9, we have D is -6, -1. Then we have E, -3, -2, and then we have F, -5, -7. So, first things first, we have to do what's called a reflection. So that's what's asking us. They're asking us to do this first. We got to reflect on the x-axis. So you got to look at the first lesson on reflection. If you reflect on the x-axis, well, that means that before you do anything, and let me put here first, we're going to put reflect on x. So this, when we reflect on x, what we do is we change the y, and then we flip them. So -1 here becomes +1, and then he becomes the new x, and then it becomes the -6, which was the old x, becomes the y. So what we're going to do again is we're going to change the y. -2 becomes +2, he becomes the new x, and the -3 becomes that. Lastly, we have -7, he becomes +7, he now becomes the x, and -5 becomes the y. So, we're done with the first step. Bam. Now we're going to rotate 180 degrees. So 180 degrees, that means this last step is going to be our final answer. For 180 degrees, whenever you do any kind of 180 degrees rotation, what you do is you flip, or you change the symbol or the sign of both coordinates, and the y just becomes his opposite, and the x becomes his opposite. So +1 for the x becomes -1, -6 becomes +6. For this one, you get a -2, and the opposite of -3, you get +3. And then last one is -7, +5. This is the last thing we got to do. This is your final answer. This is what would go right there. So if we go to number 10, okay, we're going to do A first, which means we're going to rotate 270 degrees. That's going to give us a new set of coordinates. And then, to those coordinates, we're going to translate according to the vector that they have given us there. So first thing first, our vertices, or our coordinates, we have W as 1, 5, and then we have X, and it is 7, 5, Y is 7, 2, and then Z is 1, 2. Okay, so first step is 270 degrees rotation. So let's see what we have to do for 270 degrees, which is going to give us a new set of coordinates. For 270, we first change our x value, and then we flip the two coordinates. So for w1 is positive, that means he's going to become negative, and he will be the new y. 5 stays. That means all my y's are going to be the new x's. The 7 becomes his opposite and becomes the y. Over here, same. Over here, same. Alright, so now we're going to do a translation. And remember, the translation is exactly what's happening here. That's what you're going to do to each one of the coordinates, each x and each y. So each x you're going to subtract 7, and each y you're going to add 3. So here's my translation. So if 5 minus 7, that's negative 2. 3 plus negative 1, positive 2. Again, this is not going to, this is the same thing. And then negative 7 plus 3 will have negative 4. And then 2 minus 7, negative 5. 3 plus negative 7, negative 4. And this stays the same. Negative 1, and that comes positive 2. This right here becomes your new sets of points. And then you plot those on your coordinate table. Hopefully this helps. You do 11 and 12. So 11, you're going to have to do translation first, and then rotation of 90 degrees. For 12, you're going to have to do a rotation first, and then a reflection on negative 1. Hopefully this helps, and I will talk to you on Monday. Miss you guys.